Stand on all 10 and don't take from me. I done like be making.
Let
Believe. If I tell her I'll be right back, yeah, she gon' wait for me. I love model every name from A to Z. Yeah, these got me. How the these mad at me cause I got rich? They mad at me cause these went broken, they need fix. They ain't give me nothing, I ain't giving no grown man. These handshakes getting weirder and weirder. Look at every man eye to eye, I don't fear them. These little act worse than I ain't buy my other purse in a minute. I ain't take a pretty to Turks in a minute.
Happened this evening, we bring you the NBA on 2K. The starters for Utah. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. George and Sexton in the backcourt. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3 slot. And for the Bulls, and it's Kukoc in at the center position. Grant, one thing these teams have in common, they are great at rebounding the basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital, and second chance points may just decide this game.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see. Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
George, right side. Rebounded by Pippen. Jordan against Sexton. Here's Nash. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
To the left side wing. Here's Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Inexcusable defense. You can't let Kessler get established inside like this.
Here's Jordan. And that one's long. And so it's Sexton who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz. Plenty of space. George's shot is off. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. The 16th pick in last year's draft, Keontae George was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident. I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Now here's George, and he lobs it up to the rim. Here's Pippen. Oh! Wow! And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And that replay courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. And the shot's good. Nash has got his second bucket of the night.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
The Jazz have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Pass to Sensabaugh.
Bulls foul. Steve Nash. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Kessler finds Collins. Shoots. And George gets it to go on the assist by Collins.
A jumper with a nice high release. George was ready to attack the second he got the ball.
Nash passes to Kukoc. Shoots over Collins. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
2 points. Kessler. That one goes.
Well, you know, this is where Kessler mostly looks to score. Great work inside.
Here's Nash. George defending. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And he jams it home with authority.
Yeah, give it to Sexton. He can get up and finish.
Inside, here's Kukoc. Collins with the rebound.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Stan, another head coach from the Greg Popovich tree, Will Hardy, who started his career in San Antonio.
And there have been a lot of successful guys that have come through the Spurs organization. Will Hardy is just another one who is developing into an outstanding NBA coach.
Here's Sexton. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
Well, credit the defense there. Bothered him enough that he couldn't get it to go down.
Pass to Rodman. Stolen by Collins. And here's George, coming off a 31-point game.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Collins outside. From the high post, the three from Sexton. It's good.
Collins
Set up beautifully by George.
3 points.
George has got 3 assists now in this one.
Timeout for the
Shots are
Bulls.
certainly falling for him here in the early stages.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
And they were shocked by this team twice last year. They just didn't play well.
And a new group getting ready for Utah. Filipowski, he's checked in for Kessler. Hendricks comes in for John Collins. Clarkson's checked in for Sexton. And it's Collier in for George. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Clarkson. Tries yet again. Can't get it to drop. Excellent D there from Bryant. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. Bird. Now the Bulls get it back. Rodman, the pass to Bryant. Over Clarkson. Bryant with the bucket.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
For Utah, they've gone 5 of 12 in this first quarter. Pass to Filipowski. Back to Clarkson. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Good maneuver to get inside. Clarkson is sneaky.
Here's Irving. An easy 2 on the layup.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Johnson with a double team. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. 15 in his last outing. 5 on the clock. Here's Hendricks. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bryant, no good. Jazz trail by 3. And now the Jazz on the run in transition. Here's Clarkson. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Well, Clarkson looks to score however he can, which sometimes means forcing the defense to get a little too aggressive.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. Pass to Bird on the wing. Bryant fires from deep. Rebounded by the Jazz. Here's Collier. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Bulls. They're up by 1. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
On the floor for Utah, getting going in the second. We've got Colin Sexton. Filipowski out there with John Collins. Then there's Collier, and it's Hendricks in at the 3. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. John Collins is fitting nicely on the Jazz, and Coach Will Hardy said he's given us a huge lift on the offensive end. He's a tough cover, the way he's able to mix up popping and rolling. The defense can't prepare for just one thing. It makes him a dynamic threat.
Able to score on multiple levels, Allie. Thank you.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Pass to Kukoc. The rebound by Filipowski. Utah trailing here. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. they've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
It's stolen by Johnson. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. These are his first free throws of the game. First one falls for him. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
One more time for your Bulls, kids.
Now Sexton. He's got 5. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Jordan. Bird passes to Kukoc. True on the 14-footer. Kukoc has got his second basket.
Well, you guys know I love analytics, but I still like the mid-range, especially when he's taking the shot.
Here's Collins. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
Assist goes to
George has got his 4th assist with that last one. Knocks it loose. And they're on the break. George's shot is off.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Kukoc. Kessler with a rebound.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Sexton misses.
Tremendous defensive effort, saving a bucket right there.
Well, he's such a competitor at that end of the floor. Never takes a possession. Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Never bashful about showcasing his athleticism, Sexton can really get up and finish.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. And as the coaches draw up their strategies, the players staying hydrated with some Gatorade. That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really is. And every one of those players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Clarkson passes to Kessler. He got a piece of it. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. From deep, Jordan. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
Down low. Got it. Jordan's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And remember, despite a great start to his career, Colin Sexton was traded after his 4th year, Coach.
Yeah, well, Brian, seems like everybody gets traded at some point now, and Sexton has responded well to that deal. He understands it's not personal, it's a business. He deserves a lot of credit for what he's done.
Well, 2 sides to that coin, too. The team that traded you, there's also a team that wanted you in trade.
So true.
Here's Kukoc. And it's good for 2. Now it's a 7-point Bulls lead. For Utah, they've gone just 5 of 12 here in the second quarter. Kessler finds Sexton. We've got 1:13 left to play in the second quarter. And Collins with the slam.
Using all of his length. Collins able to grab the offensive rebound and finish the play.
Kukoc, no good. Jazz trail by 5. Clarkson outside. Driving to the basket. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Using that speed of his on the drive. Clarkson just so elusive when he puts it on the floor.
And the shot goes in. Nash has got 6 points.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Sexton looking around. Pass to Nash. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. And he comes up with a bucket. For Utah, they've gotten 7 of 15 shots here in the second quarter.
That's a foul he wanted to avoid, and he definitely doesn't want to pick up his third before the half.
Here's Clarkson. He's got 6. Pippen pass to Bryant. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
With 4 on the clock, the shot comes out. And so it's Chicago. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter, getting lots of great. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basket. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. At one point, they were ahead by 8 points. It's fair to say that's all for now.
And if you're just joining in, one half is in the books. One half to go. And it's Nash in at the point guard position. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here in the second half. And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. And here we now get a look back on the best shot blockers in the NBA last season. Well, you look at Kessler, a remarkable defender, second in the NBA.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
Stan, how do you think the Utah Jazz have fared with a relatively young squad?
Well, Brian, I'd say admirable. It's not easy to be the less experienced team figuring things out all the time, but they continue to grow and work and get better.
Fades away, and there's Kessler on the assist by George. Kessler's got 6 points.
In this 12, 15, 18-foot area, that's just about the extent of Kessler's range.
Pass to Jordan. Puts up a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Jordan's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
And the ball out of play. The Bulls will have it.
Bulls ball.
Okay, a chance to look at some numbers for Keontae George. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. Over to the wing. Lets it go from deep. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Jazz trail by 16. Pass to Kessler. Back to Collins. Here's Sexton. And that one is hammered home.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Well, it cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Let them hear it, fans.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. Collins, high post. 6 on the shot clock. The ball's knocked loose. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Jordan. Soft touch off the glass. Jordan's got 20.
Yeah, they've come out of the break confidently. 4 of their first 5 here to start the second half.
George passes to Sexton. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Pippen. Pippen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Nash. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Stan, you started as an assistant in the NBA back in 1995. Now, all of these years later, for a coach, what's been the biggest change, you think?
Well, I think the biggest change, Brian, has been that we don't practice as much. There's much less time spent on the court with your team. It's more done in terms of film and individual work and not 5-on-5 type practice like it was back in 1995.
You mean to say we're talking about practice?
That's exactly right.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage. Yeah, credit the defense there, not allowing the easy layup.
Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Chicago. On Wednesday, they'll take on Kyrie Irving and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Rudy Gobert and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for the game against the Hawks, that'll be game number 10 for them. Starting to get into the full swing of things. Should be a fun one.
Clarkson's checked in for Utah. Collier comes in for George.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
Outside Irving. From deep, Johnson. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh, who poked away. Jazz trail by 17. Here's Hendricks. Rodman with a rebound. Rodman's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Bird. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Here's Filipowski. And he's going for the lob.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Pass to Bryant. Let's go with a 3. The rebound by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Hendricks. Chicago with a rebound. They led the game at one point by 20. Outside Irving. Shoots over Collier. That one off the back iron and out. Jazz trail by 17. Now here's Clarkson. Takes the 3. And another miss by Utah. And they'll get another chance. Irving with it. And Clarkson. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G slam cam. Johnson on the wing. To the inside. Here's Bryant. Lays it up and banks it in. Bryant's got 8 points.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
From 12 feet. Here's Rodman. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Here's Collier. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And it's going to be out of bounds with the Jazz retaining possession. John Collins checked in for Utah.
John Collins.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Fires the 3. Fires in the triple. Sensabaugh's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. On the wing, Bryant. The 3. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. Jazz trail by 18.
If you can, use up the clock en route to the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
And so it's Chicago, feeling confident. 18-point lead.